Alrighty, so this is my first video. It's not really meant to be a video of anything. We moved about 3 months ago, and I had a full 3-car garage as my shop, and now we have a 2-car garage. It's considered a 3-car garage, but it's too wide, and then one of the bays is double deep. Except that third bay is not really double deep. It's only, instead of being 20 feet or 21 feet like the initial bays, that next one's only like 16 or 17. So I sort of get a little cheated. But compared to the other house, this one has a sink in it, those little utility sinks, so I won't have to create messes as I go in and out. Now, some of the things we've done is put in cabinets. I had someone build that because all my tools are non-operational right now. My wife does park in here. So everything is on wheels. You know, my bench is on wheels, and I lift and carry it. The only thing that's not on wheels yet is my lathe. And my table saw, which eventually will get a wheel kit in the next month or so. But the reason why I'm making this video is this shop is undergoing transformation starting today. I will be getting a air conditioner unit installed. It's going to be a mini split. It's going to go up here on this wall. That's where the head unit is going to be, and the compressor is going to be right behind the lathe. So I'm hoping the installer guy is pretty strong. I'll take the headstock off and the tailstock off, and hopefully that drops it down to maybe 250 to 300 pounds, and maybe we can lift this thing and move it out of the way for him to do an install. By the way, grinder and station, that's all, believe it or not, all that stuff down there is turning supplies, mostly pen kits and such. My Grizzly 2 horsepower dust collector, a Delta disc belt sander, a Jet or a Performix, what I call sander, there you go, mostly taken apart. I couldn't get one bolt out, so it's stuck right here. Don't know what it is and why it won't come out. Actually, it's on the other side, but that's okay. I was able to take this side off, the other side off, and I can fit everything in there. Jointer, bandsaw and drill press, and of course, more supplies. So my goal is to, once the table saw is on wheels, I'll pull everything out, all these things in bins, and then those drawers down there. A lot of those drawers are mostly, I wouldn't say mostly empty, the drawers are way too big. They're just, you know, they're too tall, that they're really not usable. So I'm going to go buy at Harbor Freight those tool drawers. You know, like Craftsman has them, Milwaukee has them, Husky has them. And I imagine I can get everything in that cabinet, those drawers at the very bottom of all those, that junk in the back, in there. I can probably get a lot of, well, maybe not in those boxes, because those are all like bigger pieces, but I have another set where my miter saw is sitting on. All that stuff can definitely go in there too, and that'll free up space. And you know, I want to free up more space. I can get rid of my router table by putting a router lift and insert into my table saw, and I'll do that. These cabinets right now are about, well, the top row is almost empty. The middles are partially used. Things are in these plastic bins right here. By the way, there's more turning supplies and drill bits and stuff like that, right? If you ever tried turning pencils. And more junk down there. So everything can probably be stacked better inside these cabinets here. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. Just make it better usage of them. The one on the far right now is actually my lumber storage and stuff. Things are vertical. It's got a decent amount in there. Plus it has the tile and stuff that came with this house. Yeah, this isn't, by the way, yeah, this is a new build. We only took possession of it 3 months ago. So we still have all the crap left over from new builds, all the construction supplies that they leave behind, like tile and carpet and paints and everything, which is coming in handy because I'm using the carpet as placemats for things that are really heavy. I flip the carpet over, one of those pieces like that, and I use it and put something on there and I drag it around. It's pretty good actually, moving around the tile and stuff slides real easy. Even in the garage, I've put stuff on there I can't move really easily. I managed to somebody get it on top of a piece of carpet and then it slides. So that's a pretty interesting thing right there for us. So I'll keep the excess carpet around. It's actually right there. And I used some of it to make a dolly. So, you know, that works too. At least padding for a dolly. So that's the garage today. Like I said, tomorrow or the end of the day, we'll have an air conditioner up there. In another week or two, this will be on wheels. Probably that as well. Oh, and I have no electricity in here other than that outlet. So coming next week or 2 weeks, I'm getting two 240s, separate circuits. And I'll have 8 outlets of 110 installed, but on 2 separate circuits. Each box will have 4 outlets, and those 4 outlets will be spread across 2 circuits. They'll all be powered up. All my tools are, for the most part, okay, lathe is 240, table saw is 240, bandsaw is 240, dust collector's 240, and they all have at least a 10, if not a 15-foot power cord on them. These humongo cords that I make myself. You know, I just changed them out. So the table saw will need a longer one, so I'll have the electrician work on that. But other than that, everything else, maybe even the bandsaw might need a slightly longer one. Either way, it's just a few bucks. Quotes came in anywhere from $2,600 to as low as $600, which is interesting. Because when I was getting the $2,600 quote, the guy goes, "Oh, each circuit's about $200 something, whatever for the 240s, maybe $300." And I also need 2 more lights installed, so I'll have 4 fluorescents in here. And when I got the quote back, he wanted, if I supplied the fluorescents, he wanted, believe it or not, it's gonna be, hold on to your hats. He wanted $300 per light fixture to install, and I'm supplying the light. It's like, holy crap. And this is the same electrician who's actually doing the AC electrical. It's part of the AC company. They have a sister company who does it. The AC came in extremely reasonable. All net done, I'm under 7 for a Sears 16 air conditioner. That will cover, it's like about 2.5 ton to 3 ton. That's actually pretty good. You know, and it's got to be a little bit bigger because the garage door is not as well insulated, so they had to do something that would kick out a little bit more air to fight the heat. I'm in Arizona, so think about the 118, 120 degree summers out here. So I will put some insulation on the garage, but I can only do so much with it. So we'll get that taken care of. Anyway, so they want $300 per fixture to install a light if I supplied the light. Then I get a guy who's close to retirement. It's just him and his son that do it. He is registered, he is licensed. I did background, you know, the typical what you can do, right? You look on Yelp, you look on everything else. You go to the Registrar of Contractors, BBB and stuff. He's getting ready to retire. He's like, I don't need to make a ton of money for this. He's basically, he takes his cost of materials and he doubles it. So at $600, that tells me all the equipment that his wholesale price. It's $300 in materials. I got another quote the other day for $1,500 for the same amount of work. It is a larger company with obviously a lot more overhead, but that was, you know, the $1,500 is what I was expecting it to be in, not $2,600. Now at my other house, a friend and I did the electrical, and we actually did it pretty darn good. Similar setup, a couple 240s throughout the garage. The only 240 that was dedicated was the one for the dust collector. I unplug everything else as I need it because I'm never really using more than one tool at a time other than the dust collector, right? So that was easy. And then we did the 2 4-gang boxes at the other house. And I spent maybe $250 on parts. So that included wiring and conduit. So if these guys doing wholesale pricing, even that $600, the guy's making money. And he said it's only about 4 hours of work, if that. You know, everything is surface mount, so there's no going through drywall, there's nothing. It's just pipe bending, running the wire through the pipes. The breaker box is right on the other side of the wall. So it's probably about here. So let me back up so you can see better. This is my supply cabinets where I keep all my chemicals and things like that, and things I want dust free like rags and such. So breaker box is probably right where the garbage can is, maybe to the left to right a foot maybe. So they're just surface mounting 10 or 12 feet of wire in a tube up and over the garage, or they may go straight up and over and then come down. However they want to run it, I don't care. I'll build shelving stuff around them. I'm just trying to do this the most cost effectively. I'm not doing it for looks, because we can always cover up things, put something in front of it. So we'll see how it goes. So I'll post this and I'll let you post another one in a few weeks so you can see how it went.